Hey folks, it's David. Just making an update video. Had some changes since the last one I put out. Mainly, I have dumped my Staccato C2 as far as training gun and a competition gun, and I've swapped it out for something different. I had a few days off during the July 4th break, and I was still training, but just wasn't loving the experience with the C2. I think for a gun that's around $3,000, when you have it all set up, it needs to kind of blow your mind or be like exactly what I'm looking for. And the C2 wasn't it. So I did a cost comparison with a different gun that I knew I liked that I had shot before. Um, Kind of figured out what modifications I was going to make and what that would cost. And when the math was all said and done, which I'll show here in a second, I figured out that I could get two of those guns, which ended up being a CZ P10-F, make all the modifications I want. And so I could have a competition gun and then a training gun or a backup gun. Then I could do that for the price of one Staccato. So kind of a no-brainer for me. But here's the gun as it's set up. Um, it is a CZP10F. I got it for just about 450 bucks. I bought these 22 round mags. I think these are the Henning base pads or mag extensions. They go up to 22 rounds, allegedly. I'm only able to get about 20 in there comfortably. I can jam 21, but it tends to not fully seat and give some trouble when it comes to cycling the slide. Um, Same Trijicon SRO. I just took it off the Staccato. 2.5 minute of angled dot. I've got a Whiskey 74 tungsten guide rod with a 14-pound recoil spring. The back strap has been swapped to one from Taylor Freelance. It's a brass back strap, so it adds a nice little weight and pretty nicely textured too. Gets a good grip. I've got an Apex trigger. This came with an Apex disconnector as well as the Apex back plate. It's really nice shooting experience. So it's very different. The factory trigger out of this is like 5.5 pounds. It comes with a really distinct wall and a really crisp break. So crisp that the sights tend to move. At least they did for me. But I tried this Apex. It's got a rolling break, so it's this almost feels like a 3-pound revolver trigger, but just kind of nice and smooth, slight wall, and then just breaks. I don't really pay attention to the reset, but yeah, I love it. Hasn't really taken much time at all to adjust to. I will say the Staccato's trigger is just awesome. 2011, 1911 triggers are great, but not worth it in my opinion. So yeah, nice little Apex trigger. Oh, and then the mount I got for the CZ, it's from CHPWS SRO mount. So I got this zeroed up, and now that that's good, I'll probably just take off the sights because I'm not going to use them. But overall, really happy. I think the biggest thing I've noticed is the gun shoots great overall. I'm still adjusting a little bit to the index. So just given the kind of the contour of the back strap here, the beaver tail rather, you kind of have to roll your wrist forward, similar to a Glock. Feels like it's a little less pronounced, so that initial, bringing the gun up onto the target, still getting used to it, but I haven't done a ton of dry fire. I figure in the next week that'll resolve itself. And it has ambidextrous controls, so I switched the magazine release to the right side of the gun. With this, it's just a nice little grip, doesn't have to change, but this will be my training and backup gun, and then I'll have another one set up that will be my competition gun. I also went ahead and upgraded my holster, or just changed it. This is just what is this one? This is from CompTac, and then I've got the Boss hanger for it. So I got this from the Ben Steger Pro Shop, and I also got some, I think these are the CR Speed Versa pouches. So these are bullets facing out. Picked up 3 of them. I like them. You can adjust the angles. And then I've got a magnet coming just for like a spare mag, or if you're doing like a table start with mags on the table, I can just slap one on there and call it good. But yeah, so far I like it.